Equation of line segments. We have another example. Show that the lines L1 and L2 with parametric equations x 1 plus t, y equals to minus 2 plus 3t, z equals to 4 minus t, and the parametric equation for the other line or for the second line is x equals to 2s, y equals to 3 plus s, z equals to minus 3 plus 4s. These are the parametric equations of the first line and the second line. In the first line, the parameter is t, but in the second line, the parameter is s. Now we have to show that are these lines are skew lines, and what are the skew lines? That is, they don't intersect and are not parallel and therefore don't lie in the same plane. The lines which are not parallel and don't intersect are called skew lines. Now we will check that. These lines are not parallel because the corresponding vector of line 1 is given by 1 3 minus 1 components, and the corresponding vector has component of second line 2 1 4. As you can see that these vectors are not parallel because they are not in the same direction, or the parallel vectors are those vectors which can be written in the with the help of parameter of the other vector. As they are not written with the help of each other, so these vectors are not parallel. Their components are not proportional. In other words, you can say that their components 1 3 minus 1 and 2 1 4 are not proportional to each other. So these vectors are not parallel, therefore their lines are not parallel. If their lines are not parallel, so the given lines are skew lines. Note that the numbers a, b, c that appear in the denominator of the symmetric equations are called the direction numbers of L, that is the components of a vector parallel to L. If one of a, b or c is 0, we can still eliminate t. For instance, if either a equals to z, a equals to 0, or if b equals to 0, or if c equals to 0. In three cases, if any one of the component of the vector which is parallel to L is 0, then we could write the equation of L as in this case we have a equals to 0, so x equals to x naught, y minus y naught over b equals to z minus z naught over c. This means that L lies in the vertical plane x equals to x naught. Similarly, if b equals to 0, we are left with x minus x naught over a equals to z minus z naught over c, and y equals to y naught, which means that L lies in the vertical plane y equals to y naught. Similarly, for the case c equals to 0. In this example, we have to find out the vector equation and the parametric equation of the line which is passing through the point 1, 2, 3 and parallel to the vector 3i plus 2j minus 2k. So first, what are the given values? We are given with the vector which is parallel to the line L r naught, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, and it can be written in the form of vector form like that, I plus 2j plus 3k. Hence the vector equation of the line is given by r vector equals to r naught plus tv. Now substituting the values of r naught and v, we are left with 1 plus 3ti, 2 plus 2i 2tj plus 3 minus tk. Since r vector equals to xi plus 4j plus zk, hence we get the parametric equation of the line of comparison, that x equals to 1 plus 3t, y equals to 2 plus 2t, and z equals to z minus 3 minus t. We have another example in which we will have to find out the symmetric equation for the line which is passing through the point 1, minus 5, 6 and is parallel to the vector minus 1, 2, minus 3, where minus 1, 2, minus 3 are the direction numbers. As we know that the symmetric equation of the line is given by x minus x naught over a, y minus y naught over b, z minus z naught over c. As you have seen that A, B and C are not all equal to 0. They are non-zero direction numbers. So we have this type of symmetric equation. Right here, A equals to minus 1, B equals to 2 and C equals to minus 3. All are not equal to 0. After substituting the values of x naught, y naught, z naught, a, b and c, we are left with the symmetric equation x minus 1 over minus 1 equal to y plus 5 over 2 equal to z minus 6 over minus 3, which is the required result. Okay, इन प्रीवियस लेक्चर हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था वेक्टर इक्वेशन ऑफ ए लाइन, जिसके लिए हमारे पॉइंट रिक्वायर्ड था और vector parallel to the line. Similarly, although a line in a space is determined by a point and a direction, a plane in space is more difficult to describe. Therefore, a single vector parallel to a plane is not enough to convey the direction of the plane, but a vector perpendicular to the plane does completely specify its direction. Thus, a plane in space is determined by a point in the plane and a vector n that is orthogonal to the plane. This orthogonal vector n is called a normal vector. So in order to define a equation of a plane, we require a normal vector. Let P, X, Y, Z be an arbitrary point in the plane and let R naught and R be the position vectors of P naught and E. Then the vector R minus R naught is represented by P naught P as shown in the figure. So the normal vector n is orthogonal to every vector in the given plane. In particular, n is orthogonal to R minus R naught. And so we have, if the two vectors are orthogonal, if their dot product equals to 0. So the vector R minus R naught, which is already represented, and you can see in the previous slide, in the figure of the previous slide, that the R minus R naught is perpendicular to the vector n. So we can write from the equation 5, we can write that R minus R dot R vector is equal to R n dot R naught. Either equation 5 or equation 6 is called the vector equation of the plane. So in order, the vector equation of the plane is only obtained if the vector R minus R naught is perpendicular to n. Okay, now the scalar equation for the plane is given by, if we are given with a normal vector having components a, b, c, and r vector having components x, y, z, and r naught with x naught, y naught, z naught, then the vector equation 5 becomes n dot r minus r naught equals to 0. Now substituting their values, so we got a x minus x naught plus b y minus y naught c z minus z naught equals to 0. A scalar equation of the plane through the point p naught x naught y naught z naught with the normal vector n having components a b c is given by a or a bracket x minus x naught bracket close plus b of y minus y naught plus c z minus z naught equals to 0. Now in this example we have to find out the equation of the plane which is passing through the point with the given normal vector. Find the intercepts and sketch the plane. So in order to find out the equation of the plane have we are required to have a normal vector must. So the normal vector with components a equals to 2, b equals to 3 and c equals to 4 as it is given, and the points x naught, y naught and z naught are also given, which are 2, 4, minus 1 respectively. So putting these values in the equation of the plane, which is a x minus x naught plus b y minus y naught plus z plus c z minus z naught equals to 0. So substituting their values, we are left with 2x plus 3y plus 4z equals to 12. Okay, this is the required equation of the plane. In order to find out the x-intercepts or the intercepts, like in order to find out the x, y and z intercept, we have to set the rest of the components equals to 0, or the rest of the values of the x is equal to 0. Like if we need to find out x intercept, so we set y and z equals to 0 in the above equation. If we need to find out y intercept, we have to set x and z equals to 0. If we find the z intercept, we have to set x and y equals to 0 in the uh, above calculated equation for the plane. So if x equals to 0 in the above equation, then we are left with 3y plus 4z equals to 12, right? Oh, if sorry, if we set yz equals to 0 in order to find out x intercept, then the equation becomes 2x equals to 12, which gives x equals to 6. Similarly, if in order to find out the y intercept, then x and z are 0, so we are left with 3y equals to 12, so y becomes 4, which is the y-intercept. Similarly, for z-intercept, we have xy equals to 0 and z equals to 3. As you can see in this figure, if we have x and similarly the y-intercept is 4, so the points becomes 0, 4, 0. You can see it here, and for the z-intercept the points are 0, 0, 3, and for the x-intercept we are left with the point 6, 0, 0. This enables us to sketch the portion of the plane that lies in the first octant, as you can see in the figure. Now linear equation, how we can get the linear equation, as we are done with the equation of a plane which gives the equation a times x minus x naught plus c b y minus y naught plus cz minus z naught equals to 0. So we can rewrite the equation of a plane as ax plus by plus cz plus d equals to 0, where d equals to minus ax naught plus by naught plus cz naught. Equation, the above equation is called a linear equation in x, y and z. Conversely, it can be shown that if a and b and c are not all 0, then the linear equation represents a plane with normal vector a, b, c. Two planes are parallel if their normal vectors are parallel. If their normal vectors are not parallel, then the planes will not be parallel. For example, you can see that the plane if we have two planes, x plus 2y minus 3z equals to 4, and the other plane is 2x plus 4y minus 6z equals to 3, these two planes are parallel because they are normal vectors. You need to find out the normal vectors here. So the normal vectors are n1 equals to, as the normal vectors having components a, b, c. So in the case of plane 1, the normal vector is 1, 2, minus 3, and in the case of plane 2, the normal vector has component 2, 4, minus 6. As you can see that taking 2 as a common factor from the normal vector of plane 2, we are left with 1, 2, minus 3, which is actually equal to n1. Hence n2 equals to 2 times of n1, which shows that n2 and n1 are parallel vectors. If two planes are not parallel, then they intersect in a straight line, and the angle between the two planes is defined as acute angle between their normal vectors. Now, in order to find a formula for the distance from a point P to the plane ax plus by plus cz plus d equals to 0, we will have a point P naught be any point in the given plane, and let P be the vector corresponding to P naught P1, which is denoted by, as you know, that r minus x naught. So it gives the components x1 minus x naught, y1 minus y naught, z1 minus z naught. From the figure you can see that the distance from the point P1 to the plane is equal to the absolute value of the scalar projection of B onto the normal vector ABC. अगर आप चेक करें कि आपका जो डिस्टेंस है P1 से लेके प्लेन तक का, वो एक्चुअली क्या है, प्रोजेक्शन है, नॉर्मल वेक्टर स्केलर प्रोजेक्शन है, और B की किसके ऊपर, नॉर्मल वेक्टर N के ऊपर. ऐसा ही है. So the distance of the point to the plane is given by the magnitude of scalar product of normal vector with b vector over the magnitude of normal vector. As we know that n dot b is given by, which is actually the equation of the plane, ax1 minus x naught plus by1 minus y naught plus z1 minus z naught magnitude, and the magnitude of normal vector is given by a square root of a square plus b square plus c square. So we have a magnitude of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 minus bracket ax naught plus by naught plus cz naught bracket close, whole magnitude over the magnitude of normal vector. This is actually the formula of the distance from the point to the normal to the plane. Since P naught lies in the plane, its coordinates satisfy the equation of the plane. So we have ax naught b y naught plus c z naught plus d equals to 0. Thus the formula for d can be written as, putting the value of ax naught, the above factor, equal to 0. So we are left with ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d, which is which is divided by square root of a square plus b square plus c square, which is the required formula, distance formula. For more understanding of this topic, uh, kindly go and check this hyperlink. We have an example in which we have to find out the angle between the planes, and in other part we have to find out the symmetric equations for the line of intersection L of these two planes, which are given in A part. Okay, in A part we have to find out the angle between and the given planes. So firstly we have to find out the normal vectors of these planes. So the normal vector of plane 1 is given with components 1 1 1, and the normal vector given with the components of plane 2 by 1 minus 2 3. So if theta is the angle between the two planes, then as per the conic section, the angle between the two planes is given by n1, the dot product between the normal vectors of the planes divided by their individual magnitudes. So substituting their values, we are left with 2 over square root of 42. Now theta is given by taking the cos inverse of 2 over square root 42, which is approximately equivalent to 72 degree. In part B, we have to find out the symmetric equations for the line of intersection to the given planes. So first we need to find a point on L. So for instance, we can find the point where the line intersect the xy plane by setting z equals to 0 in the equation of both plane. Obviously, if these two planes are intersecting, they will give an intersecting line. This gives the equation x plus y equals to 1 from the first plane, and equation of the first plane, and x minus 2y equals to 1 from the second plane. So after solving these equations simultaneously, we will get the solution as x equals to 1 and y equals to 0. So the points become x1, y0, and z is already 0, lies on L. So this is the point which lies on the line. Now we will find out, as L lies in both plane because it is a common line between these two planes, and so it is perpendicular to both the normal vectors. Thus a vector V parallel to L is given by the cross product of their normal vectors n1 cross n2. By taking their cross products, we are left with 5i minus 2j minus 3k. So the symmetric equations of line can be written as x minus x naught over a equal to y minus y naught over b, and z minus z naught over c. So the v has components 5 as a, b equals to minus 2, and c equals to minus 3. Substituting the values of the point x naught, y naught, z naught, so the symmetric equation of L can be obtained is x minus 1 over 5, y over minus 2 equal to z over minus 3.